Hello, this is the king of all mediums, and you are watching podcast number 61, and I welcome you. And today is June 4th, 2021, and so just wanted to do another podcast, get back into the rhythm of things, and have a few finds that I wanted to show you. Also, I just wanted to say I might be taking a week off from tweeting things out. I need a break. I'm working so damn hard at this thing, and I was thinking tonight, I was listening to a little Ravi Shankar, and I was thinking maybe at the end of June I was going to do my best classic rock band of all time, but I was thinking maybe take a week. So maybe like the last week of June, come back in July, we're a little refreshed. I have those nights, because it takes a little while, and people don't realize, I mean, it seems like it's quick, you just put the reel to reel on, and it doesn't, I gotta stop it, I gotta, uploading. I don't have high-speed internet, so I think I'm going to take a week off, get my head together a little bit. What's this lame-o? Came in. I put up almost every night since I began this. Actually, I had another since January 2011. Hippie Dave 69, and ever since then that site wasn't half as good. 10th is good. So my idea, I don't think anyone else does what I do. So in the time I want to think how I can reach more people. Because I one of the things since I've made my comeback from my lowest point in my life, July 2018. I don't want to do anything half-ass anymore. I want to give it my all. And I really want to make my timeline a success. I want to get a lot of followers. That's my goal. I don't want to, I know a lot of people might say, I have a lot of good followers out there. I really appreciate everyone. But I really want to make this, really big. I've spent a lot of money acquiring these things, and I want to, I want to reach a lot of people, and maybe my site isn't that good. I don't know. My timeline isn't that good. I don't know. Maybe a lot of people don't like my type of music. I think there are. I think there's a lot of people. I know there's a lot of millennials, a lot of Generation Zs that don't like the current type of music. I know that for a fact. So somehow I'm not reaching them. So I'm going to take that week off, try to figure out how I could reach more of these people. So yeah, I think I'm going to take a week off, just contemplate, listen to some Ravi Shankar, listen to Wonderwall music, George Harrison, and just think how I can reach more people, because 400 and 40 followers is good, but a lot of them are nominal, followers. Probably only like 25 to 30 good followers, who actually they see something, they retweet it, comment on it. Some every once in a while I'll do that, and everyone else, you just follow me. Just to have followers, so I follow them back. So I want to get my goal by the end of the year was 1,000. So it's probably conceivable, but I want to take a week off. So it'll probably be the last week of June. I come back in July refreshed. I've been doing this every night, and again, it looks easy. Just put up. It's not easy. It's not as easy as it looks. they appear. And as you go through your timeline, you go to different things. Yeah, It's not as easy as it looks, you know. um, all right, so let's get to tonight's what we have. So when I went to Academy Records, I forgot these two things. I got two cassettes. Now, one of them was kind of a surprise. Um, okay, this was because usually you would see this kind of as a album. So this is the what is it? Okay, the Mike Bloomfield, Al Cooper, Steve Sill Super Sessions. Now this has a very good reputation. I've never heard it, but what's interesting about this is that it should have been just Mike Bloomfield, Al Cooper Super Sessions, Super Sessions. But what happened was Mike Bloomfield had a lot of problems with drugs and alcohol, so he couldn't finish the whole Super Session. So they had to bring in Steve Stills to finish the Super Session. So I got this on a cassette. That's nice. And it's only $2. This is a great place. It's Academy Records. I really like it. So now the one I got for $3 is probably you heard of. Okay, this one is Born in the USA. I really like this album. Bruce Springsteen, of course, when it came out. Now, the first song I don't like, Born in the USA, the title track. There's a lot of good songs on this. Cover Me is a good song. Darlington County, I love. Work on the Highway is a great song. Downbound Train, I'm on Fire. Okay, No Surrender. I'm Going Down. Glory Days. My Hometown. So there's a lot of really good songs on this. But the one song I don't like is Born in the USA. It's kind of a anti-American song. Not thrilled with it. I didn't even think it's a good song anyway. But so there's a lot of good songs in this album. So for $3, it's worth it. I used to have it on cassette too. Okay. Next one is the remastered Jimi Hendrix Experience CD. That is an interesting story, and only the king could go through something like this. So this has 17 tracks, all the tracks from Are You Experience, plus it also has a Stone Free, 51st Anniversary, A Highway Child, Can You See Me Remember, Right House. Now, so what happens, the king wanted the vinyl 180 gram of Are You Experience, so he orders it. And of course, he gets the mono version, which he doesn't want. He doesn't want, especially with Jimi Hendrix. With Jimi Hendrix, the guitars should rotate from speaker to speaker. So he doesn't like mono anyway. He doesn't get this thing with mono. Why do people want mono? Someone, was watching this. Comment on my timeline. Why do people like mono? I don't get it. So then he looks and he sees on eBay someone's advertising. But the king, of course, is a moron, and he doesn't realize the guy is very deceitful because he doesn't put $18. It's a CD. He doesn't put CD. The king, of course, is anxious to get the. He actually buys one for It's $25. Comes out to $31. It was the vinyl, but then he says, forget it. And then he says, okay. But then he says, for $18, wow, that's a good deal. But it turns out it was a CD. So the guy's very deceitful. So now I got this. It does sound good though. But now he has to get the vinyl again on stereo. Okay, so the Jimi Hendrix Experience, Are You Experience, remastered CD. Now he has two of them. Okay. Now, this group I got 3 a CD from. Okay. Now I really I thought this group's always been given a bum rap, and they were big, of course, the big group, and. I really like their early stuff, and their early stuff was when they were really good. And this group, of course, is U2. And so first, there is this Boy, and some really good tracks on this. The big one was I Will Follow. You could go your own way, but I Will Follow. And I don't know any other songs, but I remember that song. So I also got, I think one of their best ones was War. And that's the 4th CD, but I only got 3. That should be coming any day now. So I got 4 there. See, I also got cassette, the Joshua Tree. So now I got 5, U2. But I thought, they've kind of gotten a bad rap, this group. They were a great group. I mean, never, one of the bad things about U2, they never went anywhere. They never became more. They never became like the Beatles, like they evolved. First they started as a kind of a simple rock and roll band, wiggle their heads, and then they went through a period of a Dylan-esque period, and then became a psychedelic band, and they became masters of the studio. They became sort of, they evolved into something. U2 was kind of always the same. So this is their first of their CDs. And then it's October. Then this one didn't get rated too high. The one track I know from this, I think Fire, to Gloria and Fire. And this one didn't get rated too high, so I'm going to take a listen to this. Now this one got rated very high. The Unforgettable Fire. Okay? The song I know on this is Pride in the Name of Love. See anything else? Yeah, and nothing else. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely know Pride. What's Pride? Some man come on an empty beach. Some man come in his hand. Some man come in vagina deep. That was the song parody I used to make. So, The Unforgettable Fire, U2. So I got 3 today, and I think I have more. Oh, by the way, the King's June moratorium, he still is good. He's been very tempted, though. So 3 days have gone, and he has been successful so far. So 3 down, 27 to go. I'll tell you that, Academy Records. Wow, I got some great albums from that place in terms of used, all used in there. I think I've had one skip. Okay, so that takes care of the albums, the CDs. Okay, so I also had 3 books. I can only find 2 of them. 3 other books from my rock and roll library. So this is one of them. I bought this used. It's called the Rolling Stones Rock and Roll Encyclopedia. Let's take a look. I never even looked at it. So let's see. Wow, they even have Hootie and the Blowfish. It's a nice little book. They give the name of the band, the members, a little biography on them. What they say about the Grateful Dead. The key to me, you should always look up. Kaleidoscope. Ooh, they're an interesting band. David Loonley. Let's see, the Grateful Dead. She always do the review of the Grateful Dead. And you got David Philip Glass. He's not. What does it say? It's the Encyclopedia of Rock and Roll. Now, Philip Glass is not rock and roll, so I don't know why he's in here. What is a good one? Okay. Grateful Dead, formed 1965. San Francisco, California. Jerry Garcia, Jerome, and they give the dates of the band. Albums. Psychedelic Pioneers. Psychedelic Pioneers. The Grateful Dead was probably the most improvisatory of all major rock groups from the late 60s until the 1995 death of leader Jerry Garcia. The Dead played long, free-form concerts that touched down on their country, blues, and folk-tinged rock songs on a wide range of country, blues, and rock cover versions. Yeah, right. Yeah, I had them as my number 1 most overrated group of all time, and I do think, although Grateful Dead albums tended to sell a dependable $250,000 copies, the group had but 1 top 10 single, Touch of Grey. Isn't that amazing? So, yeah, yeah, they were my number 1. I think that, in terms of overrated bands, like, to me, that's, there's no, I mean, you could argue, Pink Floyd, Rush, Aerosmith, Queen, it's debatable. Again, I haven't listened to their whole catalog, to tell you the truth. I really need to listen. I mean, Pink Floyd, I know a lot of their songs. I mean, I haven't listened to Animals. I know their early stuff. I actually like their early stuff a lot. Um, Aerosmith, I know most of their hits, and they're not too good. So that's why I kind of judge them. AC/DC is another group I think stinks. I don't know. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. I'm on the highway. You gotta be kidding me. Rock and Roll Hall. I mean, of the normal groups that should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, we're not talking about Jay-Z or any of those clowns like Biggie Smalls and Tupac, or Madonna. The group got people that are obvious, or Beastie Boys. The normal people that shouldn't be. Oh, the Beastie Boys, they were, they sampled really good. The normal groups. If they had a real Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like, should AC/DC really be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I mean, because you look at their hits, like their big songs, they're horrible. It's a horrible group. So that's an interesting book. And I had another one, but I don't know what the heck I did with it. It's probably under my piles. King was kind of a hoarder. Okay, and here's one more. The all-time top 1,000 albums. They're kind of separated into categories, like, so they have, let's see, the top 250 rock and pop albums. By the way, big English bias. It's from England, Guinness Publishing. Top 100 jazz albums, top 50 blues albums, top 50 country albums, top 50 folk albums, top 50 heavy metal, top 50 indie, whatever the fuck that means. What is indie, man? Top 50 live albums. Of course, Courtney-Ac's not in there. That's a travesty. That's such a great album. The Grand Funk Railroad, Courtney-Ac is such a great live album. My goodness. Top 50 punk albums. Punk sucks. By definition, punk is not good. It means any music that's not good, that's good. Top 50 rap album. Okay, ready, we have a problem. That's not music. Okay. Top 50 rock and roll albums. Okay. So rock and roll is different than the top 25 greatest hits and compilation. Top 50 reggae. Top 50 bedsitter albums. I don't know what the fuck that is. Top 20 brilliantly unlistenable albums. So here's albums that are unlistenable, yet they're great. Like, for instance, Trout Mask Replica by Captain Beefheart. Another one, unlistenable album is Metal Machine Music. I think this is an album by Lou Reed. He had to do one more album for his label, so he took a machine, like something like this, and he so this is a great album. 20 film soundtracks, top 20 stage musical, the 10 destined to become classic, top 10 new age, and they have a chart. So they take all these albums together and they make the best 1,000 albums. I think. I don't know what the fuck. Okay, so just to give you an idea of their top 10, let's see what they are. Start with the number 10, and we'll work our way down. Number 10, Rubber Soul by the Beatles. It's funny, I never thought that was such a great album. I really, from Beatles, it's a great album. It's a 5-star album, but I don't think it's that great for the Beatles, Okay, number 9, What's Going On? Marvin Gaye. Okay, that was rated. I'd like to get that, but probably overrated. Number 8, Let It Bleed. Not even the best Stones album. Beggar's Banquet's probably much better. I have both of them. It's funny, I like to listen to why I think, but actually I love Satanic Majesties because I think that's their best album. But people don't take it seriously because it's kind of a goof, in a way, but it's a great album. Number 7, Astral Weeks. That's a great album. I tell a story of that when I bought it off the fact that it was it's rated as one of the great albums of all time. First time I listened to it, I said, it's horrible. And I said, okay, let me listen to it again. And then the second time, this ain't too bad. And the third time, I said, wow, this is awesome. Okay, Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. Totally don't agree. It's a great album. I will give it that. It's very unique. And I don't think the musicianship's that great. It's a lot of sound effects. The second side's a bore. Money, the hit's not that great of a song. So, it's probably a top 100, but okay, Revolver, yes. Number 5, I totally agree with. Blonde on Blonde, I fell asleep. It's a double album. I like to listen to it. I have it. I don't know how great. One of those albums that survived my whatever. I don't know. Survived my losing my own possessions. So I still have that. One day, it's like probably that Genesis album, Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. I had to listen to it. I was like, oh, when's this gonna end? It's like a bad movie. Okay, Pet Sounds. I have that coming. I've heard that before. I don't think it's that great. It's a 5-star album, no doubt. Greatest of all time. Okay, Highway 61 Revisited. It's funny. I should have bought that. It was at the Academy Records. A little pricey. It was like $20, but what does it have? Ballad of a Thin Man, of course, Just Like a Rolling Stone. And number 1, I do agree with that, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band. Maybe not the best Beatles album, but it's such an important album. You gotta say it's the best album of all time. Let's look at some others. 20, Velvet Underground and Nico, self-titled. I took a listen to that. I gotta take a listen to that again. Unforgettable Fire, one of the... God, I gotta listen to that. Number 19 all time. Rumors, Fleetwood Mac. Well, you gotta say it is a great album. It has a lot of great songs on it. So maybe. The White Album, The Beatles, comes at number. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot number 19. The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust. I should get that. That's supposed to be a great album. So maybe in July. We'll go back to 30. Okay, yeah. I don't think I can do that. I'll just start with the 30. And let's see, Rumors, Born to Run, Bruce Springsteen. Okay, that's a great album, no doubt about that. White Album, number 15. Thriller, Michael Jackson. Well, it's okay. It's a good album, no doubt, but Out of Time, R.E.M. Okay, I used to be into R.E.M. Nevermind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. Okay. And Sticky Fingers. Not the Stones' best, but it's good. It's a great album. I'll give them that. Let's go to 30. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I'd like to get that. That is great. That's Elton John's best album, without a doubt, by far. Legend, Bob Marley. I have that. That is a great album. Kinda Blue, Miles Davis. I used to have that, but I lost that when I lost all my possessions. Never get a CD change. I got one of those 200 and I forget it. All the cases were all over the place. Automatic for the People, the second REM now, man. Yeah, I should get a couple of REM. Led Zeppelin 2, not the best Led Zeppelin album. Led Zeppelin 1's better. Private Dancer, Tina Turner. No, I don't think it belongs there. Beggar's Bank, a great album. Belongs higher. Is at number 24. Maybe I'll go to 40 now. Yeah, I'll go to 40. Bad. I'm bad. Songs for Swinging Lovers. Okay, Otis Blue. I never gave really a good... of course, there's a few. I got to go through this. I know his songs, so I just don't know where they are in Otis Blue. 21. One more. They go to 50. Yeah, let me go to 50 and count down. Stars, Simply Red. Never heard it, can't judge it. Elvis Presley, self-titled. The Joshua Tree, meh. Stone Roses, self-titled. Never heard of it. Maybe It's True. A great album, but I don't know where it belongs. Songs in the Key of Life. Stevie Wonder. Don't know. Purple Rain. Prince and the Revolution. Okay, I really am not a big Prince fan, so I really can't comment. Crosby, Stills and Nash. That's a great album. Birth of Cool. Miles Davis. Don't know it. Love Supreme. John Coltrane. The Times Are Changing. Bob Dylan. Never heard it. Love Supreme. John Coltrane. Never heard it. All You Experience definitely should be higher. Led Zeppelin 4. Okay, that's a great album. Imperial Bedroom. Okay, so you're going to tell me Imperial Bedroom by Elvis Costello is better. Now, All You Experience should be in the top 10 easily. No doubt about it. Live at the Apollo, James Brown. I'm not a James Brown fan. The Band. It's a great album, but Hunky Dory, another David Bowie. The Sun Collection is 33. Forever Changes. It's funny. A lot of people, that is a great album, but not as great as people make it out to be. Trust me, I've had that album. I've known about that album for like 34 years, and it's a great album, but lyrics are bizarre. They make no sense. So I don't know how great that album. Duke Ellington, The Webster Years, never heard of it, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Well, interesting. You can argue with a lot of these things. But, and not one Grand Funk album, of course. If I had to put a Grand Funk album there, that's funny. It's probably not one great Grand Funk album. It's a lot of good ones. Probably the best Grand Funk album, I would say the Grand Funk Red album, the self-titled Grand Funk album. That is a great album, especially the second side. That is a really great side. And first side's very good, too. So, it's probably the best Grand Funk album. Closer to Home's probably the second. And the beginning, On Time, is another great Grand Funk album is the Pluribus Funk. There's 4 real, but none of them is a great album. They're very, very good albums. Okay, so that'll do it for today, which is June 4th, 2021. This is the King of All Mediums, and so, thanks for, everyone following my Hip Days Lunch. So I'm going to take a little break for a little bit, but I'm coming back. You're going to see me. So don't cry. Don't be upset. No, don't cry. I can never get. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to post this, and you'll see it soon.